Yes, Quipol is me. Quipol, I mean, I have partners, but I'm running it full time, day to day. I graduated from Indiana University in Bloomington, if you guys know IU, for about a year and a half ago, and I studied brand management and advertising. And it was a liberal arts major for the most part, but I had a lot of
Nice.
business background, communications, telecom, journalism, all that good stuff. And yeah, came out of college and joined a startup called Compendium. They're a business blogging software. Worked for
Okay.
them for about a year and a half, and left to start Quipol about 2 months ago.
Awesome. And so,
Yeah,
how quickly was Quipple kind of already kind of in your back pocket, or was that 2 months ago,
you
ground
bet, you
up?
bet. It was in my back. Yeah, I worked on it for about 6 months while I was still employed. So it was nice to be able to do that because I could, I was stashing away
Yeah.
money as much as I possibly could. But at the same time, it sucked because I had two full-time jobs. I would work nights, weekends, which is great. I mean, I was really excited, and I still am really excited. But it's nice to just have one full-time job now. Yeah, things have been going well. I mean, I've been very fortunate to get the word out through many different mediums, but also my whole goal was to build a very engaged user base and figure out what works and what doesn't. So I wasn't necessarily looking for volume. I was really looking for people who wanted to use Quipple and wanted to experiment with Quipple and would go out there and find the ways that they thought Quipple was going to really succeed, and then they could kind of steer the ship so I wouldn't have to. I built a very refined product, does one thing really well, and I think when you build a refined product, you have to implement limitations, and you can't do it all. So it allows people who are using Quipple to go out there and make their own way, figure out how to do things, be creative, and come back to me and say, "Look, I really, really, really want to do this." If they're banging down my door for a feature, I know I should probably build it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did the idea? Where did the idea come from? How did it start?
Sure. So, like I said, I worked for Compendium, and they were a business blogging software, or a business blogging software. And while I was there, I learned a ton about business blogging. So, quickly realized that if you're a consumer blogger, business blogger, you want the same three things. You want insight, you want engagement, and you want reach. So, you want to know what your audience cares about. You want to understand. You want your audience to interact with you, and then you want your audience to be a heck of a lot bigger. So, while I was working there, I realized um, polls are a great way to do the first two things, the insight and the engagement part. I can figure out what my audience cares about, and I can get them to interact with me. I didn't really know where the reach component fit in for polling, and I kind of went out there to look for one because we had clients that I wanted to make happy. So experimented with polls, but didn't really do anything with them for a while. And eventually, the idea for Quipple just kind of came out of that. It wasn't really like a big, boom or anything. I didn't like have a light bulb moment. Just eventually was like, yeah, I think I should probably. I think this is a space that's ripe for like, I use the word refinement a lot, but I didn't think there was anything very elegant or very simple out there. So if I can get it out there and I can fill that space, I think that'll be a great space to fill. So that's where Quipple came from.
What's sort of your user base right now?
Sure. So I'm shooting to have 25,000 people sign up for Quipple by the end of the year, and I think we're going to get there. But it's going to, it's going to take hustle, and I don't really care. Like I said, how many people are signed up. I really care about how many people are creating Quipples. It would be wonderful for me to get, if I could get 25,000 Quipples out in the ether sooner than later, which I think I can do. That'd be great. But right now I'm just really focusing on getting this into people's hands and getting it in, to people like you who promote to other people and who show other people cool things and seeing what works and what doesn't. Because you have to make a lot of assumptions, as you know, when you build an application.
Yes.
Some of those assumptions were right, some of them were wrong. Luckily, all of them weren't wrong, but I'm trying to fix the ones that were wrong and see if we can do a better job.
What's next for Quipple? You have a
Sure.
plan?
So I've rolled out video capabilities. Have you? I don't know if you have them. Certain people right now are testing out video capabilities. It's just
Okay.
On a very small scale, let people embed videos into their Quipples, which I'm excited about because I think it kind of changes the game a little bit. Right now, you can add an image, you can add your question, you can add your context. If you can add a video, that video says a lot for you.
Yep.
All you really have to do is pose the question. And people will sit there for 3 minutes, watch the video, 30 seconds to 15 seconds, whatever it is. It does a lot of the legwork, the journalistic legwork for you, and I think that'll open up Quipple to a broader audience. Because right now, I'm appealing to bloggers who are already writers, who are already really comfortable writing, who know how to pair an image with a good question and all that good stuff. And I want to continue to appeal to bloggers. I think this will really be cool for bloggers too, but I also think it will maybe take people who are a little bit more hesitant to be writers and to be content creators and bring them on board too.